Change it. Hey guys, I hope everybody's having an amazing Saturday morning. If you have not already registered for tonight's free webinar, what are you waiting for? Tonight we're going to be talking about how to leverage hundreds of thousands of dollars for your business where you may not be in a position to do so right now. And I can honestly tell you, as I'm building right now multiple brands for my business, businesses are expensive.
Yes, they are.
Businesses are expensive. I think I had forgotten just how much it costs to build a brand. And I made a big mistake of relying on the credit, the money from one brand to try to build five. And I had to say, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some credit in it because credit is that, you heard that, Rose? Credit is that gap so that you can do what you need to do now without having to wait. And if you don't know the right way to leverage credit, then tonight's webinar, bit.ly/bizcredit 2022, it's for you. You got to stop sitting on the sidelines waiting to make the money before you spend the money. That's not how real big businesses do. Real big businesses spend the money first, make the money, and then pay the money back. And because it takes money to make money, it just gives you so much more freedom, so much more leverage, so much more. I mean, even down to, I remember I met a lady and she only made about $25,000 a year at her job. Girl, you can build that much time for in business credit, walk away from that job and have all day, every day to build your business and then pay that money back. You've got to find ways to free yourself from your job that don't require, stop, Cujo, stop, that you go back. And that's just the truth. Good morning, D Morris. So if you've not thought about using business credit for your business because you think of the stigma that's attached to it, it's just time to do something different, Rose. I'm gonna let you unpack all of that.
Oh, Lord, Coach, that's a lot to unpack because you said, hold up, wait a minute, let me put some credit in it.
Yes, you cannot
Because
build
it
without
is,
money. What happened, Rose? I can't hear you.
if I unmute you, yeah, the people might can hear me.
If I unmute
Um,
you.
mhm. um, because, Coach, especially like you said, when you're building a brand from the beginning, you don't know what you want, what you don't know, but it is expensive. You have internet, you have hosting, you have email, you have ads, you have a website, or not. Maybe you don't want to start with a website. Maybe you want to start with a landing page, but still it's not free because you have to host it. You have to get traction and traffic to it. Um, you have to
You
build
got
nurture
branding,
systems.
you gotta have some aesthetics. You got
You
wise
do.
counsel. You've
You
got to
have to have
stop
a
building without help or you're guessing. So there's just
absolute.
so much.
And in that guessing, even in that guessing, it's expensive. Because if you
Oh, it's
guess
more
wrong,
expensive.
yeah, if you guess wrong and say you go out here and say, "Oh, I'm going to run me some Facebook ads because I see everybody doing it, so it can't be hard." And you go on out here and throw that on your credit card, and the next thing you know, you thought you was running $200 worth of ads, and it turned out it might be 2,000. And guess
And
what?
and and have done it
Yeah,
and have.
absolutely. And guess what? They want their money. So you don't
I've
know what you
made
don't
so many
know,
business mistakes. Good Lord.
and if
I
you
don't even
get
want to
wise
walk down the
counsel,
road.
and come to the webinar tonight, you can avoid a lot of those pitfalls. And that's what wise counsel and that's what having a community does, is we share experiences so that everyone doesn't have to experience the bad things. you can sidestep or go around those things. So it's a big deal. It costs you a lot of times, sometimes more than money. You know, it costs you time. Time is something you can't get back. You can get your money back, you know, one way or the other. You can make your money back, but you can't get your time back. You know,
And your frustration. You know, I remember somebody one time drawing a line and saying you're this far from success, and every time you fail, you think about going the other way. You think about quitting. You think about stopping. You think about maybe this is not for me. We're human, and that's what we do. So unfortunately, you know, the more mistakes we make, the more we start to think, well, maybe this is not for me, not realizing that the only way we learn is our mistakes or somebody else's.
absolutely.
So we don't have to make the mistakes, but we do have to get somebody to teach us what are the mistakes. Let me tell you something. Amazon has a multi-million-dollar facility not too far from my house. I can bet you money that they did not pay cash for that facility. I can bet you money. Good morning, D. Jefferson. Good morning, Berlin. Thanks for asking people to share, Berlin. I can bet you money they went to the bank, got a real estate loan, or probably already have open lines of credit. And once that facility makes its profit back, they will pay that loan off. If you want to play like the big boys, you've got to understand business money.
Absolutely.
We've got to stop making excuses for not understanding. McDonald's ain't nowhere waiting to build nothing. They're going to go right into their bank. They're going to get a real estate loan. And right. They're not paying cash for anything. And if you're relying on your personal credit, or if you think because your personal credit is poor, you can't do this, that's not true. Again, we get left out because we don't know no better. Good morning, Tiffany. You can arguably have $150,000 to $200,000 worth of business credit within 6 to 9 months. You would never have that much personal credit. You won't, unless you a rock star and you got a black card.
And if you go out and use it, trust me, your score gonna drop. But with business, on the other end of the business credit section, it's different. It works a little differently. And you don't know about the databases and all of those that exist behind the scenes that makes these business credit run. And you don't know about the databases behind the scenes that impact your personal credit. That's why you need to separate the two. That's why it's business.
You running your personal credit. Yeah, you running your personal credit in the ground, putting things on there for your business, and you don't have to. And the difference, if I got a $10,000 personal credit card and I put $5,000 on there, that drives my utilization up 50%.
And it's going to drive your score down.
A $50,000 business credit card and I put $5,000 on there, that's 10%. That's a drop in the bucket. They're not going to blink.
And it doesn't impact your personal.
Exactly. And they're just built to be used differently. One of the things we've got to stop doing is we've got to stop just doing the things we know. So if you don't know about business credit, don't count yourself out. Come learn. Come give yourself more options. You know, and because nobody in the community knows, then what happens is we just don't know. And business owners, and especially women business owners, we're dying by 1,000 paper cuts. And what I mean by that is our businesses are struggling because of the paper game. We don't know how to go get $1 billion contracts. We don't know how to get hundreds of thousands in business credit. We don't know how to go get the things that's going to help us build our business without having to sacrifice our family. And so we sacrificed. I did it. Wouldn't have done anything different. Wouldn't take nothing from my journey now. But if I'd have known better back then, I'd have done way better. And that's what this journey is about. This journey is about learning and changing what you do. So if you've not already registered for tonight's webinar, Rose is absolutely right. Knowledge is power. bit.ly/bizcredit 2022. And hopefully you can get the information and then point your community towards a different way of doing things. If we want to build $1 million businesses, credit is part of it.
Absolutely, it is. And you may be thinking, well, I just have, and I hate this term, a small business. But Amazon started out as a small business.
At that man desk.
At that man desk. And look at it now. Y'all getting ready to pay that increased price. I shouldn't say y'all, I guess, because I'm included in there too. Y'all getting ready to pay the increased price for Prime. That's going up. I think Prime is going up. It's going up $20. So look for your increase in your. No, I think it's what, 140. It'll go up to $149 a year, I believe. So it's increasing $20 that we all gonna pay. And think about that. We've been talking about startup capital, creating memberships, and we don't look at it in the sense of a big business or a bigger business than ours, okay? Because what is Prime? A membership that we pay every month. And then we look at our memberships that we are creating as something we can't do. But we got that membership and gladly pay it to see them products show up on our doorsteps the same day. Because I can drive right down the street. Gladly. I can go right down the street 5 minutes away to the Amazon thing. I said, no wonder y'all get it to my door the same day. I could have came and got it. But we pay for those things.
Let me tell you something, Rose. Amazon, I owe Amazon money. I wear them out. It's not a day to go by I don't get at least one package.
Absolutely. And gladly get it. And gladly get it.
Do 365 times just and next day.
And sometimes same day.
Sometimes same day. So let's just do 365 times 10. I would spend $3,000 a year for Amazon shipping before they go up again, Rose.
Exactly. Yes. Before they go up again.
Before they go up again, Rose.
Yeah, they might hear you. There might be a few other folks that feel like you do. No. But when you look at Amazon started as a bookseller. And they won't even selling their own books. And look at where they've grown to. So we need to look at that as being attainable if that's what we want. But they didn't do that by bootstrapping, spending the grocery money. Well, he may have spent the grocery money at first, but he didn't continue to spend the grocery money because he got wise counsel. You know, he got wise counsel. Absolutely. They use startup capital. I mean, and now those businesses run on nothing but other people's money. Well, and ours. That's other people's money too. But that part. But they run those businesses totally on outside money. And it gives them the advantages, the tax advantages, all of that goes into that. So, you know, we need to start somewhere so that we can get somewhere. That's my little 2 cent worth.
That's a bunch of 2 cents, Rose.
That's my little 2
That's a bunch of 2 cents. And they say that Apple is poised to become perhaps the first $1 trillion company.
I know.
They say Apple is poised to become perhaps the first $1 trillion company. So Rose is absolutely right. Stop referring to your business as a small business,
I hate that.
because your business has the capacity to grow however you want it to grow.
If you wanted to.
However big you can see the vision for your business is waiting on you. But I can tell you this, and I've always said this: if you want to make 7 figures, it's going to take you anywhere between 10 and 20% of $1 million to make it. Now, you may say, "Well, I don't have it," but Business Credit does. Net 14s and Net 30 does. And sometimes you just got to be willing to do what you need to do to move the needle and take your business to the next level. And it just doesn't have to be so hard, so difficult, such a sacrifice. So, Rose, I think we gave him a good message for this morning, girl.
I think so too. I gotta go and,
they say a word to the wise is sufficient.
Yeah, we don't have to give them a lot of words. We put it up there. Startup Capital. It's time to start today, tonight.
It's time.
bit.ly.
Free webinar.
Yep. Come on in. Join us.
2022.
Get the knowledge, because knowledge is power.
In the room.
No. Come on in the room. Come on. Y'all come on in there tonight and get some education. Learn it. Even if you don't use it, at least you know it. Because once you've heard it, learned it, you can't go back. It's going to keep tapping you on the shoulder. So come on. We'll see you tonight. We'll be there. I'll be standing at the door with a fan for you. I'll be an usher.
They don't pass out when they hear about all this money.
That's right. I'll be an usher tonight.
You'll be the usher.
I'll be the usher.
So that's the thing, guys. Stop thinking, hey, Letitia, stop thinking because you don't know it doesn't exist.
Ooh,
and there's so many things that you don't know that exist. And, the longer you live, the more you realize what you don't know. And I think as a coach, as a business owner, as a woman, the more open I am to what I don't know, the faster and the bigger I grow. Because what got me 7 figures won't get me 8 or 9 or 10. So I'm over here learning a brand new skill set, learning a brand new set of rules, learn how to play the game totally different. And that I just encourage you guys to come on this journey with me. If you watch me make 7, don't sit by and watch me make 8, 9, and 10 and not raise your hand and say, let me in, coach, I can play. So if you haven't already registered for the webinar, make sure you go to bit.ly/BizCredit2022. And we'll see you tonight for the free webinar at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Love you guys. Thank you, Rose.
You're welcome, Coach. Love you.